Yeah, this was my backyard. This
Yeah,
was
this
the backyard
land.
of our trailer. It's 829.
You live in 6 different trailers?
Well, life's just 100 colors, I'm told, and it's easy to be blind to all the treasures we hold. Get up to the mountains, I'll get up high, and I'll take a look around before it all passes by. Keep it in my heart now, sear in my dreams, and I'll tell it to your cities and your big city scenes. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, baby, hallelujah, she's rolling on home. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah, baby, hallelujah, standing all alone.
That building over there.
We went to the beige one.
Okay, so this.
Okay.
Okay, and then in the background, that street light is the one behind a tree up in the parking lot. And then in the foreground, we would have had a shed.
So your trailer is where your car is. Was.
Yeah. Space B24. There's definite value in compact living.
Yeah.
And then another pink wooden shed is right here.
It's definitely kind of hard to place it.
What do you think about trailer parks?
What I would associate with trailer parks is that it's for like the lower class.
Probably where poor people live.
They're small and affordable.
They don't tend to build as permanent a community as more permanent housing does.
They look like they're from the 70s. Like they're like really old and like pretty tacky.
Not very good looking, to be honest.
I know there's some in Westminster, and I know there are some in Newport. I know that there used to be one right around here.
Not around Irvine.
I think it's Irvine Meadows or something like that. Yeah.
At UCI?
Yes.
Oh, I totally know. No. I had no idea.
It was sitting around at the campfire with a bunch of grad students, and I was an undergrad, and it was a really cool experience to be able to like meet with people in that fashion. And it was like you turn a corner and all of a sudden you're camping out with a bunch of people. You know, it was something totally unique.
Yeah, well, I actually bought my trailer sight unseen.
It had been riddled with arrow holes and bullet holes, and all the windows were broken.
A1 sat empty for as long as I can remember. B2 went to Hong Kong. A11 was a tough customer who had a pet chicken. B12 wrote her dissertation in record time. A16 jumped out of airplane. A29 was a house with a trailer as an afterthought. B6 is where I live now.
This is my mice farm. I raise mice. Cause I have snakes. And you know, you start paying $1.50 a mouse, and you go, God, I could buy a 6-pack or something. You know, fuck the snake. They go hungry. And then I started raising mice, and they started paying for my beer.
The mice bought your beer.
Yeah, thanks, mice. I sold their children though. Just to keep the food chain rolling, you know, you can't cut off the food chain.
The soul of the trailer park was the people.
There's about a dozen avocado trees that were like not on private property. I came back to the trailer park and I had so many I didn't know what to do with. My whole passenger side of my car was full of avocados. And I just delivered them door to door.
Avocados and lemons on my doorstep, and I had no idea who had left it there. There is so much love in this community, so many generous people. It could have been anybody.
My trailer number's A46.
And this is trailer A23.
My name's Garrett, and I live in A12.
I am W.
Irvine Meadows West, number A8.
I work in ecology and evolutionary biology.
Microbiology and biochemistry department.
I'm a neurophysiologist.
PhD program in English and Comparative Literature.
Department of English and Comparative Literature.
Masters of Fine Arts in the UC Irvine Writing Program in Fiction.
Environmental Health, Science, and Policy Program.
MFA in Poetry.
More than half of the poets live here in the park, yeah.
I was a graduate student in the English department. I earned my PhD in 2000.
I study U.S. history, particularly actually trade policy and treaties, and I'm also getting a minor in conflict resolution.
I'm studying biomedical engineering, but I also love the arts. I'm picking up a minor in drama.
My name is Amy Grupp, and I've lived in A48 for the last 2 years, and I was here as an MFA student in creative writing poetry. But I do like insects a lot, and I have an undergrad in bio.
Is it easier to live in your own little apartment that has a little washer and dryer in the closet? Yeah. Yeah, it's simpler, but you're missing out.
I don't know if you can get this from where you are, but I can see my neighbor from where I am. My neighbor lives right here. So this is her front door. And she was like, "Hey, Brian, are you making any food?" And I said, "No." And she was like, "Can you make me some food?"
If I'm feeling down and it's 10 o'clock at night and I've been working all day and I'm just, I need to not be sitting in my computer writing, I can just walk around the ring road and I'm guaranteed to see one of my friends through their window, sitting down for a cup of tea or just hanging out on their porch. And there it is, I'll go spend an hour, hour and a half with them. And it's just that easy. My neighbor's interrupting our interview to collect his dog.
Sorry about that.
Hi, David. See you, David.
B5 was a bus. Not a yellow school bus or a VW microbus, but an honest-to-goodness Greyhound bus that sat cluttered with papers and books until the retirement-aged undergraduate finished his degree and one day fired up the engine and, to everyone's astonishment, drove away.
I'm filled with so much love tonight. I'm positively dripping with it.
Yesterday I was terribly restless on into the evening. 2 packs of cigarettes didn't stand up to me. I was going to write, it didn't take. I played the fiddle the first time in my life. I wandered, watched the backgammon players, sang a song in a different mode. I caught a fly in a matchbox. God damn it, at the last, I got up, I came here.
It's not just poetry. We have fiction writers read, people do songs. It's just gotten bigger every time.
There was another trailer park before Irvine Meadows West, and that was called Irvine Meadows. Just Irvine Meadows.
I had a scholarship to go to UC Irvine, but my dad was kind of going, well, I don't know if we can afford to send you to college, and I was fairly desperate. I ended up talking to Vicki Freeman, and she said, well, there's this experimental housing situation we're setting up, and
what was a group of people living in, for the most part, recreational vehicles.
That was it. I moved into Space 12, nobody else was there, and it was kind of, it was weird. But I was glad to be there. Alan and Megan were a couple of the hippies that had lived in a van, and they were just the nicest people. But they didn't stay that long. And then there was a guy who moved next to me, and he stayed maybe a month. And then the real people started pulling in.
We would cook in our trailers and realize that we made too much food, and so we just bring it out and we had these great potlucks. That was really a very cool place over there.
Somebody decided to carpet the whole place. It didn't get done. Anytime the first 10 or 15 years after that, I would have said, it's the biggest thing that ever happened in my life. It's the thing that defines me as a person. In fact, I used to kind of call myself Irvine Meadows. I mean, to myself.
The first park closed when they opened the new one in 1979. They put in showers, sewage, electricity. It was a bit more advanced. They moved the trailers from the old park to the new park. They call it Irvine Meadows West.
I'm going to take you now and we're going to make bookmarks together. There were so many of them. I thought there has to be a use for these. I credit my liking insects to being very nearsighted. When I was a kid, they were all that I could see. So I didn't get into birds or anything else. Okay, see how they scattered? They started to get freaked out. There might be other trailer parks and other ant colonies. And other bookmarks made out of ants even, possibly. But they won't be IMW ants.
So come on in. Welcome to B6. Everything is about saving space, because there's not much of it. These bookshelves were installed by the guy who lived here previously, Dan Harwig.
Well, we built Camille's place. We built the whole thing. It was actually supposed to be a repair job, and we repaired it by tearing it all down completely and rebuilding it about twice as big.
And we had a plumbing problem once, and the plumber who came out to help us just kept saying over and over again, this place is not up to code.
We were in A15. Yeah, right at the back, next to that sacrificial art thing back there. It was somebody's project, master's thesis, I'm not sure. But at all the compass points, so it's round. There's dead crows buried.
Yeah, you guys want a tour? All right, well, it doesn't take long. It is very sunny. I like the bedroom a lot. This is my little pottery studio, but it's kind of filled with other stuff. I have my sewing machine in here and my pottery wheel. It's been nice to be able to have this space, to have a creative space.
I want you to see this. It says, this trailer was sold by Alfred's Park and Sales, and it's so old that it only has a 5-digit phone number.
For a period of time, it was just either the living room, I don't know which, either the living room or the kitchen. And then someone built the second one of those on. And then after that, someone built this room on. I live in what's known as the shack. Everyone who ever lives there has added something to it. The bathroom had to be raised up so that the plumbing could go downhill from the toilet. So I have an attached outhouse. Ended up cutting a hole through the bathroom wall to allow access from the loft. Just lower down, you're in the bathroom. And then when you want to go back, grab a couple climbing holds. Climb on through.
I was getting a lot of exercise walking all the way across to the bathroom.
That's
every
quite a
morning.
walk.
Walk back and forth twice. It's sort of a drag. So I've turned it into a luxury apartment.
As I recall, this toilet, at first he didn't even have there was just, they were right next to the refrigerator, right? Didn't have any kind of barricades or anything, he just kind of sat on it.
Well, we rigged the curtain up the first time we had guests. This is my plumbing, and actually we've had this for, this is supposed to be temporary, but we've had this for over a year now, because actually I like the spray for washing dishes. I like spraying things, I have a faucet, but I just never bothered to put it in. I got it for free. I exchanged some work, Sort of barter system. You do something for someone.
Brendan, who I bought this place from, and in fact, Kuka bought her place from. So I bought this place when he was moving into the place Kuka currently lives. And then when he moved out of that, Kuka moved in there. But his girlfriend was a pianist and wanted a piano, and the person in front of them were never using it. So in the middle of the night, they snuck into their place and stole their piano. Here it is. I suspect that somewhere they have a grand piano or something that's really nice.
want to take this piano out of here? How you want to take the piano out of here?
Yeah, I just don't think the university cares to support people who aren't necessarily fitting into their mold. So
they want people more normal, kind of.
Yeah, they want people more normal, whatever that means. That's funny.
You are horrible! I command all these assembled at 4100 Bison Avenue on the UC Irvine campus to immediately disperse.
Put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest for failing to disperse when given a lawful order.
So you're taking them to Santa Ana?
We were just going to stand in front of the drillers and not let them enter the park. The cops were just thinking they would put our hands behind our backs, drive us a mile away and drop us off wherever we wanted to go, actually, is what they said, and they would do it for us just as long as, we agreed not to officially get arrested. No. We're not going to stage anything.
University of California fails to provide its graduate students and students with adequate, affordable housing.
I'm proud that people were willing to stand up and be arrested for something they believe in. I'm really proud of those people. I'm proud of my friends.
Lemmings was a film I did about Irvine. I grew up in a neighborhood that the houses were all different. It was shocking to see this, everything was out of a cookie cutter. I've never seen that before. Just the friction between conformity and the organic. Everybody just marching on their little path through college, under their life, and if you're not careful, you go over the little cliff.
I had negotiated with the residents 5 years earlier an agreement, and I expected those students to fulfill their part of the bargain. There was new students and other leaders that didn't live in the community that thought they were going to change the world.
Why am I helping even though I don't live in the trailer park? This is something that affects me, even though I don't live there. It affects all students.
If they were replacing this with another viable housing option, it wouldn't be like this, but it would be something useful for the school. This is stupid for the school to do this.
We're not on the long-range plan for the university. We're outside it. But being outside the long-range plan is good.
You might not get another chance.
Well,
the public.
I don't want anything to kind of take back from us having just a normal conversation.
But you can't just have a normal conversation.
They may say no trailer park on campus at all. That makes it easy for us.
Well, about 23,000 students go here, and so we're talking about 79 students.
I don't think Irvine Meadows West was ever touted as affordable housing. If it's really about affordability.
I guess my question would be, what does it do for the other 7,000 students, graduate students that are somehow functioning?
Time out. Wait a second. I live there because it makes me happy. It's not just a cheap place that I don't care about.
I think it's the price of California. It's been in the history of California. It's a never-changing dream, a never-changing landscape.
One loss here, one loss there, and the next thing you know, it feels like you kind of lost the whole essence of a place.
Living in paradise, paved over. Yeah. The park is right in the pathway.
Irvine Meadows West is not even on the map. And the acreage is wrong. The trailer park was only temporary from the onset of its inception. That's not true. They were thinking about expanding it.
If administrators now are saying it was always intended to be temporary, that's certainly not my recollection, and I was there at the beginning. Well, it must have fit in with the master plan because the very people that were in charge of administering the master plan signed off on it.
The park was always marked as an interim park. Always.
The park was always deemed a temporary housing facility.
We don't think it's about contracts, right? Contract, schmontract. If you have to arrest people, including your associated graduate student president, and you have to go against the will, basically, of the entire student body and the whole community, and arrest people in order to achieve your ends, maybe it's time to reevaluate your policy, right?
That space was just seen as too valuable for both, I think, student housing and in particular for a trailer park.
They think of us as trailer trash.
Wacky college students and their wacky hippie, they always find the trailer that has the wacky paint job all the time. And it's a really easy story. Look, they live in trailers, it's a weird alternative, so they must smoke dope and hold hands a lot. We're all actual grown-ups trying to have an effect on the world today and not, have pajama parties.
They said to hell with it.
How would you feel if, there were bulldozers about to bulldoze your house that you own? I think it's disgusting.
like the story about how we're just a bunch of hippies, it would be really easy to say that the people who have made this decision are sort of heartless.
You know, it's sort of tempting in the same way as seeing George Bush sitting at home just saying, ha, 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 ha. They're trying to do their job, and I know that they are. I end up feeling like the university sees me as a nuisance.
Oh. When I walk in there and I see signs that said, Fred, you did this to us. It's like, okay. To me, it just becomes another day at the job.
Chancellor, Chancellor!
Chancellor, Chancellor!
Where is your heart? I want to park in the driveway. Hey, I need to park in the driveway of your trailer park. I want to park over there. Are you guys making a video?
That's how the world works now, and especially in Orange County. And it's not ignorance, and you know, especially with the government the way it is now, the only way that you're going to be able to survive in an area like this is to make a little bit more money.
I mean, I'm not allowed, I can't have another job.
Literally, there is no way for you to live on $15,000 to $20,000 a year.
But
you can't live in Irvine on that amount, so
That's-
how would they allow that
that's
to...
the point.
The whole thing started to heat up, and people started to have an opinion about it. Should it close? Should it not close?
When do we want them?
They say there is no affordable student housing.
They're trying to pave paradise.
Force them to pay 5, 6, even 7 times more.
Turn that area into a parking lot, a plan that would force students to look for alternative housing in one of the priciest rental markets.
They tried everything to save the park. They even organized a public forum. All the points were made and were very clear. You know, it was really convincing.
UCI's trailer park enriches student life, diversifies both the student body and campus atmosphere.
Irvine has the highest median rent in the nation for any city over 100,000 persons. That's higher than New York, higher than San Francisco.
There is no shortage of parking. You know, it's not too late to scrap the plans or drill somewhere else.
I have the signatures and the contracts of all the residents in which it is crystal clear that IMW will close. I also heard the lament from Matthew regarding the rent that he pays, but I think you chose a single bedroom, right? I mean, you chose that room and that apartment. You could have chosen with 2 other people or with 3 or lower rent, but you chose that one apartment. Is that correct?
No, as a matter of fact, it's not correct because I was given priority housing slot, and if I didn't take what I was offered, I was going to go to the end of a 2-year waiting list.
But you chose, you selected.
Well, it was my only option.
You could have chosen IMW. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. I just want to make the last point. I want to make a point that's very important regarding, you know, the fact is, I can't stop the destruction of this beautiful community. I don't believe that it will be the end of UCI's uniqueness and distinctiveness and its ability to attract quality brains and minds.
We were prepared, we were smart, we were compelling, and we were right.
We will not give up the fight to preserve MW using that, and so we'll just have to take it at that.
They wanted that land, they wanted that space, they wanted to use it for a parking lot. This need of trying to do something about it, a need of the saying, yeah, it's not possible, we cannot do anything about this. Maybe there was nothing that we could have done. I mean, maybe there was nothing that anybody could have done.
What they're doing, they're causing an environment, a bad environment. They're causing a bad environment. They're causing a caustic environment where you have to fight to stay here. They have said, fuck you, you poor people, whatever, you got, we don't give a fuck. We rather have parking for these rich people who have cars worth more than your fucking trailers. That's it. You're out. Get the fuck out. And whatever you might have said, whatever, you know, and then they took you guys to jail. I mean, damn. Jail. They went to jail, dude, over this place, man. I don't know. He gave me this tonight, so I call it even, man. That's even to me. Check this out. Ding!
The one who's, and his skin's flaking off.
That's it, man. We're all even, man. Take my trailer. 79 to 204. Dead! Dead, baby! That's like, this is like a, what's it called, dude? Look, it's the same shape as a fucking, what? You turn it upside down, it's a goddamn tombstone. Oh! It's a tombstone, dude. I should plant it right here, dude. Look, doesn't it look right? Do I have to stand up and say, hear ye, hear ye? Do not waste your time with these sucks, you know? They get paid to do what they're doing. You just get a lawyer. Save the park. The idea man can't do everything. I fucking came up with the idea. I said it first. First, number one.
We tried to. You didn't, okay?
You should have.
We tried to. You hearing me?
Oh, you tried to.
We went to lawyers.
Oh, nobody went. Well, you
No, we went to lawyers.
You don't. You pay for one and you don't.
We were willing to pay for one.
How much? 10,000?
It didn't come to that because nobody wanted to take the case.
(39C) Whether I should ban my students' papers after reading them.
Oh, fuck yeah, burn them. Wait, I gotta burn some of this shit. I need to.
But I looked for other places in the area. Did you guys? Oh, you don't have to look. You don't have to look in the area. I don't know where I'm gonna live. I have a car. I guess I could live in that. The impermanency of things always makes me sad. Things are speeding up and rushing out. People are really going quickly now. Part of me doesn't want to stay any longer because what I want to stay is already so damaged and hurrying by and caught up in moving out of the way. And there's something else too. I'm aware that we're all witnesses to a permanent loss to the imagination, since I Am West is characterized by the regular activity of imagining how to live. The place feels big and strange and quiet and awful. People have less time to participate in much of anything else except the raw practicality of packing it all up. This oasis, this basin, this center lawn, this gravel, this strange piece of green in the desert of deathly expensive anonymity, this commitment to education, this neighborhood, this refuge, this attitude, an object of others' envy, admiration, or fear, quivers and shimmers as must happen to any real place about to finish its presence. I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm just as convinced I won't be able to shut up about it either. I swear I won't pack until I take 10 rolls of film of my trailer. I want to get exactly the way it looks when I get out of bed, or what it might look like when I walk in at night. That's not even enough. I want to get this on video, on audio. I want to make as many recordings as I've had days in the park, and then play them all back at once in the hopes that they'll conjure some unself-conscious moment I had when I was making spaghetti while it was raining and I was worrying about my dissertation. Or perhaps I can get that kind of camera that's so good that it gets everything it sees and hears and saves it, and returns all of these things to their rightful owners, and makes the whiteboard reappear with some obnoxious half-understood message, and gets the neighbor to park her car obnoxiously in the fire lane, and makes me trip over the tree root as I'm going back into the community trailer to get my laundry out of the dryer. I'm saving up my money to get a camera like that, but I don't think I'll get one in time.
How long ago did you guys live here?
I moved here in '88, and I met this guy here.
I was living in my car up in lot 16.
Live on!
Wait for the snow to fall.
snow to fall, cover us all. Yeah, I've been waiting for the snow to fall. I've been watching the moon as it grows.
I know, we're gonna like take one thing out and it's all gonna fall apart.
I've been watching the moon as it grows.
I'm known as the trailer hitch, trailer wheel, trailer wiring king. Yeah!
All right. Hey, hey.
8.5 will work.
Okay. So you think it'll move? We put on new tires?
Yeah!
Alright.
The only thing is, you better have a big ass truck when you're dragging it backwards.
I've been looking deep into your eyes. I've been looking deep into your eyes. I've been looking deep into your eyes. You'll never be mine.
I don't know, it's gonna be funny. I just jacked my house up onto the side like this. I've never moved my house before.
Howdy.
Yes.
They're selling my neighborhood.
Number 30, we have 1954 Roadliner.
All right, on the 1954 Roadliner. In the trailer here, in Tsunomiga 50. Pass it. Next lot.
Just carpetbaggers coming in trying to steal whatever they could, and unashamed of it.
Yeah.
So we just called the cops. They threatened me, and
They broke into it up there, ripped out the CD player, took a bunch of CDs. I feel like the thing to say when you get robbed is like, well, you know, I guess they needed it more than me. But like, I'm about to drive to Ohio. Nobody needs that fucking CD player more than I do.
You want to smash you? Put a chair through the wall or something? It's kind of a fun moment.
Bis jetzt noch so eine abstrakte Traurigkeit, die ich eher durch Erzählung oder durch die Trauer oder die Schmerzen der anderen mitbekomme. Ich finde es traurig.
I'm not happy you're leaving, and I'm not happy for you where you're going. I will miss you.
You're not happy for me wherever I'm going?
I'm gonna stay here.
Thanks, Grub. I wish you ill fortune.
Oh, Amy. It's okay. Oh,
Little boxes on the hillside
Little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And the people in the houses all went to the university where they were put in boxes and they came out all the same. And there's doctors and lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis dry, and they all have pretty children, and the children go to school, and the children go to summer camp, and then to the university where they are put in boxes and they come out all the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same.